Hello, Danielle. How are you? Danielle, hello there. How are you? Hi, Dee Dee. How are you? And Raquel, how are you? Glad to have you on board. Thank you for being with me on tonight. We are excited about the topic that we're going to talk about because many of you have read me, and that's exactly what you were saying, the shame and the embarrassment of having let someone know what I'm going through, especially if you know that you need help. Hello there, everyone. How are you? Hey, Lisa. How are you, Lisa? Glad to have you aboard with me on this evening. Ernestine, thank you for being with me. I want to talk about this. This is a tremendous subject, and many of you are facing the contention of having this information and knowing that you need help, but it's shameful, like you said. It's the shame and degradation of just having to expose what you're going through. But you shouldn't feel shame. You shouldn't feel that it's your fault or it has some variance on you because you're going through this. You're not responsible for the narcissist's behavior. You're not responsible for what they are doing. And many of you, especially the empath, is taking responsibility for what somebody else does. And the narcissist knows that. And the narcissist will let you bear the guilt and the shame of that. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Oh, she said, happy to be here. I am glad that you are here also. Thank you for joining me. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about your experience in dealing with the narcissist. The first time you had to tell somebody, the first time you had to expose the information, or you had to come with grips that this is something that I can't continue like this, that I need help, and I'm going to need someone else to come in and help me take care of this. Hello, Keiko. How are you? Thank you for joining me on tonight. And Tricia, thank you for being with us on this evening. She's a good everything apostle. And a good evening, apostle, and everyone. This is Keiko. Good evening, Keiko. How are you? Thank you for joining us on this evening. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the shame. How was it when the first time you really had to deal with it? And you had to let somebody know that you needed help. You had to get someone to enter into the relationship, even if it was just talking to you and you realize, I can't do this anymore. I can't take this anymore. I need help, even if I just need an outlet. Danielle, Dee Dee says, so sorry, sweetheart. We are praying for you, dear. Okay. That's Danielle at Dee Dee. Okay, Dee Dee, did you say something? She said, my mother passed away a couple of days ago. Oh, Dee Dee, I am so sorry. I know the I don't know the pain of that because my mother's still living, but I've done enough funerals and have a lot of friends who lost their mom, and especially when you're going through what you're going through. So you have our deepest sympathy, and you have our prayers. You have our love. You have our care and concern. So God bless you, woman of God, and know that we are praying for you and we are here for you. Dee Dee, you have my number. If you need to call me, I am there for you. Yes. Thank you, Danielle, for bringing that out. So, Dee Dee, know that you're not alone and you don't have to go through this alone. Thank you so much. Okay, let's talk about it. When was the first time that you had to tell somebody? How was it when you had to deal with shame? A lot of time in the narcissist relationship, the narcissist actually use shame, and they use shame against you to keep you in control. She said, "Thank you so much. I will be calling you, and I will be waiting. You can call me anytime, Princess. So know that I'm here for you." And when you call, I'm gonna give you another number that you can definitely always reach me on. It is a tremendous thing to lose your mother, and our hearts are with you. Hello, Christine. How are you? Okay, let's talk, because the narcissist use shame. And what does shame do? It's embarrassment. Shame make you want to hide. Shame make you want to duck and tuck tail and run. Shame make you want to isolate. And the narcissist use all of that, because shame isn't something that you're proud of. Shame almost make you feel like you're doing something wrong, like you're feeling guilty, like there's something else that you could have done, something else that should have been done. And the narcissist use shame. He'll turn things against you, or she will turn things against you. Use what they are using against you and make it seem like your fault. And then now you are embarrassed. And sometimes the relationship gets so intensive, you got to bring in another ear just to hear you and just to give you a release valve so you can go through that. And sometimes when you bring a third party to tell your story, not everybody believes your story. Sometimes it sounds crazy, it sounds horrific, it sounds fanatic, or it sounds like a fantasy. And a lot of times people start blaming you instead of looking at the situation. They start blaming you for the situation. Thank you so much. She said the deepest sympathy and condolence to you and your family. Thank you, Stephanie. Our hearts goes out to Dee Dee in the loss of her mother. And we are definitely praying for her. And thank you, family, for letting her know how much we care for her and how much we love her. And so, um, and so the narcissists make you feel ashamed. They take your heart that is already heavy. They take your life that is already under stress. And that's why many of you are having panic attacks. I mean, you go out in public and you always feel like someone is watching you, that someone is chasing you. You feel like you need to run and nobody is there. And when you come home, you have no peace. Okay, we're starting to get these answers in here. Jennifer said the first time I remember really feeling shame was one I realized I was the victim of a smear campaign. Lies were being spread. She said, and I learned that someone felt sorry for me because she's still talking. You know, it's amazing. A smear campaign don't always have to be loud and boisterous. It can be so cunning and subtle and just as deviant as if it was loud. And Christina said, I felt embarrassed tonight because my narc found me on Clubhouse. Whoa. And the gag is that he was added on there by one of my good friends who I've been do- dodging, thinking she was a flying monkey. I was right. Absolutely. So you know that he's really trying to hoover you. If a narcissist go to the point where they are tracking you down, they are really trying to hoover you. And they won't stop. They can be relentless. And so do you. Christina, you just be as relentless in no contact and none whatsoever as he is in finding you, because he seemed pretty determined. Lisa said, when the chief of police called my home to tell me I couldn't go to his job no more because the woman he was playing with said I was harassing her, I let the chief know that I was being abused and exposed him. Absolutely, but they probably thought it was out of spite. Christina said, I cut all of my friends off. It's shameful how many people are on this, are in on this, just to see you crumble. It's so hurtful. because the flying monkey in a covert narcissist is just as sweet. Oh my God, they are just as, I mean, you're almost mesmerized by them. They're the perfect gentleman or the perfect lady. Remember, they got the outside personality and the one you know. And then the one you know, they are not exposed to that. So they're going to be perfect, and everybody can't see what you are complaining about. And see, those flying monkeys going to help him get to you, whether it's via media, social media. And once he can't get to you on social media, if he knows where you stay, so they're trying to locate a pinpoint where you can physically see them, because what the narcissist is banking on, that once you see him, all of those emotions that you have for him stir back up, all of that passion that you have for them stir back up. And a lot of times it can cause a relapse in your heart space when you see them. All the things come rushing back in, how you care for them, you cared for them, how you love them, or you get totally teed off and all of that anger arise, and you're thinking what you took me through, what I've been through. So there are different various emotions, and so what they're trying to do now, Christine, he's trying to tap in to locate where you are to see how he wants to hoover you. And we're going to talk about, because there are different hoovers, and we want to talk about the different hoovers that they use. Keiko say, it was already too late to ask for help. She said, because so many people in my church, ooh, boy, y'all really talk about church a lot. Just, ooh, that's crazy. Had concerns about me dating and getting married with my husband. I'm still dealing with the shame. Ooh, okay. Keiko, you didn't finish the statement. It cut off. And Jennifer said they thought that I was obsessed with someone, and that was what he told her. He was the one pursuing me. Oh, yeah. But you know what? Anytime you get discarded, what the narcissist will tell the new supply is that you are obsessed with them. And he tells the new supply that so they can get brownie points. Because then the new supply works harder to keep the narcissist, because they know that you are obsessed with the narcissist. And the narcissists make it seem like it's difficult for them to resist your obsession with them. And so now the new supply feel like they need to do more and more and more for the narcissist, to break the narcissist down, to want to be with them and nobody else, because they're afraid that the narcissist will backtrack and go back to the old supply. So that is a pattern when they are discarded and there is someone new. And Jennifer, and listen to what Getty says. Angel, she said, Queen Sattler, Dr. Carmen, Brian introduced me to your channel. And she said, I looked and saved through your immense wisdom and amazing grace, teaching that I matter in a spiritual realm. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for joining me. I am so glad to have you here. Yeah, those of you who have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go and subscribe. Make sure you push that bell. And every time I upload new content, you will know, or when I come on live, you will know, because sometimes Thursdays are not the only time I come on live. I can be quite spontaneous and just come on live. If there's a topic, especially when I'm getting a lot of letters on a topic, I will come on live to deal with that issue. And Getty said, thank you so much for saving my life. She said, from the trauma bonding, from a 5-year narc gaslighting on a daily basis. It's so hard to believe that I was robbed of peace. You know what? The narcissist makes sure that all of your peace is disturbed, because if you got disturbed peace, there's something that disturbing your peace, and it's called thoughts. It's called memory. It's called imagery. It's called remembrance. When they replay and that flashback come, you're constantly thinking about the narcissist. And when you think about the narcissist, a lot of times when you think about the damage, the narcissists know when they bring in negative thoughts, because sometimes they need negative fuel. And when they bring that negative fuel in, they come with a love bombing treat that is just off the charts, because they bring in confusion. And that's how you get the love bombing. They torture you over here, then they love you over there. Then they torture you over here, then they love you over there. Then psychologically, you are so confused and baffled until you don't know what to do. It offsets your body, it offsets your system, and it offsets your psyche. And then they move in with a devaluation or gaslighting. That's the trauma bond. They traumatize you and they bond you with that trauma, and they bond you to that trauma, which bonds you to that narcissist. Boy, I tell you. And Minko says, blessed advice and flying monkeys are way too much. But you know what? The greater the grade of the narcissist, the more flying monkeys they have. Because as the narcissists go up, they are more skilled in capturing their prey and capturing the mind of that supply. And so most people, and they know how to hit into your emotional realm and take advantage of all of your emotions, especially your kindness and in your giving mechanism. If you are kind, especially you're an empath and you just love everybody, feel like you need to help everybody, the narcissist got a radar, they got a beacon, and they will be on your trail like a hound dog dragging its ears, you know. And so you are thinking, why is this always happening? Why am I always drawing these people? Narcissists are drawn to empath, and empaths are just like a beacon. They can pick it up. And that's why you have to learn to shield yourself. You have to learn to meet them. When you meet people, don't be so open. Don't be so emotional. Give them a chance to express themselves so you can see who you meet. Don't always express yourself. Don't talk too much. Tell the basics when you meet people, because the narcissists go right into your life and you feel like you've known them for years. And next thing you know, you done told them your whole story. You only talked to them an hour and they know so much about you. That's the trap. They're going to use it later. And if that narcissist is interested in you, you're going to tell them how to get through the gates of your heart and the gates of your mind. So be slow to speak and swift to hear. Then Getty said, I found an escape through getting the knowledge. Amen. God bless you. Amen. That's why I really, really encourage people to listen to these videos, to stay on top of these videos. Don't stay away from the videos too long, because when you stay away from the video, you will soon forget. You don't think you will. And then when you go under a Hoover, you will be amazed how many people go back. And you'll think, with all of that hell, I would never go back. When they hoover you, they love bomb you, and they know that you are emotional. So they try to give this false sense of sympathy and empathy, and they cry and make promises after promises, and they keep on and they keep on. That's why I'm warning Christina, because that dude look like he's on your trail like a pit bull, and you got to be just as strong and stand away, because the re-engage, the torment would be 30,000 times worse than what you've already been through. It's always worse going back. It's almost like they punish you for discarding you, and then they punish you for coming back. If you go back to the narcissist, there is a price to pay. If you stay away from the narcissist, soon the narcissist will go get another supply, because the narcissist can't do without fuel. So they're not just going to stay there and hunt you down. There will be another supply. And if that supply feeds them well and treats them well and giving them the fuel they need, they will soon move on. It may not be permanently, but they will give you a break. So keep your NC, no contact. keep it viable, keep it updated, keep it upgraded, and keep yourself in these videos and keep yourself strong, because your mind can give a break to what has hurt you when you don't upgrade. Your memory can soon forget pain, like a woman who have a baby. When a woman is in labor, she says she would never have another child, and soon as the baby is born, next thing you know, she's pregnant again. And that's the way it is when you don't stay on top of these videos to remind you that you need to stay in C, and they strengthen you. They give you the courage you need. They give you the knowledge you need. Let me see. uh, Tricia said the narcissist says the ex is crazy, and they say the same about you to the new supply and the old supply. Of course, they're going to do everything that make that new supply feel like they have hit gold. And they're going to make you look like the scum of the earth. And they're going to look like angels with wings that fly around on a sunny day over a crisp blue sky and over a blue ocean. And then they're going to make you look like a frog who need a facelift. Come on. That's what the narcissist does. The narcissist smears you and makes sure that you look your worst and they look their best. And then when they want to come back and hoover you, they're going to talk about how the new supply was horrible and how they missed you. And the same thing they told the new supply to get them to want them more. And then they hoover you. They're going to tell you about the new supply. The old supply gets smeared and the new supply gets smeared. It depends on where the narcissist is located. And Keiko said, I was shameful stepping over my own conviction to start this relationship. It was beginning. She said, I rewind my way back to God now. Yes, girl, that's the way you do it. Honey, what can you do without him? Anything that omits him is not worth having. But what did it take to realize that? A lot. Well, now that you got it, help others, help strengthen others. Let them know, because shame is part of the deal. Most people feel shame because they feel shame, like, why they're treating me like this? Why am I tolerating this? You don't. You tolerate it as long as you allow it. And when you say it's enough, then it's finished. What did Getty say? She said, I will send you my ministry on this Sunday. Oh, okay. Thank you. I received that. Trisha says, the narcissist says, oh, right. I've read that. And Getty says, now that I know why I'm so lethargic, weak, and acting like I'm on drugs, exhausted from the narc, she said, I have grave rock. She said, I have gray rocked thanks to you and Dr. Carmen. Well, I could tell you what, the narcissists need fuel. When you take away a food, when you take away the food of an individual, they begin to starve. You starve somewhere people too much, they're going to go look for food. The narcissists have to have fuel. They can't do without fuel. A vampire cannot do without blood in the movies. They have to have blood. So they look for victims to get the blood. And if they can't find a victim that is compatible to what they want, they'll get any victim just as long as they get the blood. We're talking about the narcissists. The narcissists have to have fuel. When you gray rock and they can't penetrate that wall because they can't read you. A narcissist read your emotions. They are just like a computer or a scanner. They read your emotions to locate where you are, to know how to hit you, to know what to say, to know how to love bomb you, or to know how to devaluate you. Any of those things, they have to have a sensory to locate where you are. Well, when you gray rock, there's no location. It's like loving an android. It doesn't matter what you say to the android. They only going to regurgitate the information that is downloaded in their system and how their system works. Gray rock shields you, and it's impenetrable as long as you hold that, because you are numb. There is nothing released, so that the narcissist can't pick up anything. They don't know your emotional location when you gray rock. Let me see what else we have here. Yeah, and they are draining. These are energy zappers. They're like leeches. They latch onto your emotions and they drain you. If you notice, most people, most narcissists that are with people, most of them, the narcissist gets strength. The narcissist look younger unless he's stressed or something is going on that causes him to fear. He because he got everybody else energy. It's just like witches. Witches can be old. They're 80 years old. They'll get around a 20-year-old, zap that 20-year-old strength. Now the 20-year-old look like they're 80 and the 80-year-old look like they're 20 because of illegal transference. The narcissists always comprise illegal transference. They get your strength. What drew them to you is what they transfer in their life. They get you to act like them, and then they want your goodness. They want your graces. Why? Because they got big holes in their lives and they're empty and they want to feel full. They want to feel love. They want to feel complete. They want to feel cared for. You are the only person that can do that unless it's another narc. Then you got two empty heads that are two empty people that are trying to be with each other, that don't love each other, that don't care each other. Then they're both selfish. One submits but still selfish. One is dominant but still selfish. And so when you the narcissist always look to absorb your energy, to absorb your strength, to absorb your goal. They are suckers and they suck all the life out of you. And when there's no more life, they leave you. They leave you detriment. They leave you right there. They leave you hurt. They leave you wounded. They leave you scared. They leave you dead or almost dead. And then they'll come for that last breath if you're almost dead. They want you dead and unmovable with evidence that it's over. And then the narcissists move on because once you revive, they're coming back for that too. Okay. She said, I'm blessed. Okay. Let me see. I know my narrator is going to keep me updated. And Nietzsche said, uh, is that Nietzsche or Nikia? Said, wow, my goodness, they are evil. Girl, the worst kind. Evil, spelled Evil. If you turn it around, it's spelled Live. Devil means Devil. If you turn around, it's Lived. So the devil is what you have lived. He always mess with your past. Evil is to take, it means to live. And so it takes the present tense life out of your situation. And anything that take your life presently is evil. God calls it evil. Why? Because he wants you to maximize. He wants you to flourish. He wants you to succeed. He wants you to abandon all limitation. He wants you to know that you are immeasurable in your success, in your hopes, in your dreams, and evil comes in and start putting blocks of measure and limitations and lack and degradation. That's why gaslighting is the narcissist's favorite thing. And that gaslighting, and you don't know once you gaslighted so much, what is reality? And then you start feeling shame because you can't differentiate your truth because now it's the narcissist's truth. It's what he says because he's gaslighted you so much until you don't know your truth. And that's why you have to build your mind, strengthen your mind. The more he hits your mind in degradation, the more he hits your mind in devaluation, the more he hits your mind with gaslighting, the more you have to build. And it takes 3 times for every evil word spoken. It takes 13 positive words. So that show you how much work you have to do when the narcissist have made up in his mind to come after you as a target. And if you are supply, you are a target, whether you're the wife or the girlfriend. Lisa said, when I left him, I lost 85 pounds and I'm looking younger just from being apart from him. She said, it's been a year now. She said, listen to this. She said, going through divorce now, not easy, but God is carrying me. Ooh, Lisa, I am cheering you on, girl, saying that you could do it, you will do it, you can have whatever you want, you can do and be whatever you want, you can revive again. It's been years, but honey, you can get it all back one day at a time. When you've been torn down, broken down, it takes twice as much, as many years to heal as it did for him to tear it down. And they said, on average, if you've been with a narcissist, it's 2 years to every 3 months with the narcissist to show you how much work have to go into your repair. When you repair your emotions, you repair your life, you repair your dreams, and then you have to tell shame, you can't sleep here, you can't live here, you can't dwell here. Shame don't live here anymore. You have to reckon that and be precise that I will arise. You don't have to be ashamed when others have done things to you. You just can't stay there and let them continue. True Essence says, no contact is the best revenge. They will always miss the ones that got away. Well, that's not true. They don't miss you. They miss your fuel because they don't care nothing about you. You wouldn't have got that kind of treatment. The narcissist, and you know, you hear videos of people say when the narcissist lose you, like he's thinking about you. The narcissist don't think about you. He have to be reminded of you. Like something, a shirt or a memory, or if he needs fuel, the way you gave fuel, that will remind the narcissist of what you gave, not who you are. They could care less about your person. They care about your giving. They care about your operation. They care about what you do. A narcissist never miss the individual. Narcissists never individualize you personally with affections. Never, ever. They can't do it to the children and they can't do it to you. It doesn't matter if they've been with you for 60 years. You'll find 60 years of wondering, did he ever love me? 60 years. They're the same and they won't change. Yeah, they won't miss you. Yeah. She said, I have no contact with no one, just people who are my spiritual group. This is Lisa. Oh, baby, a narcissist will do it for you, won't you? They will help you to contrive the people that you live with, the people that you talk with, the people that you play with, the people that you stay away from. The narcissist would help you identify your group. You talking about group therapy, the narcissist will help you identify your group. Because once you leave that, I got a video. It's called When the Supply Has Had Enough. Check that video out. Because when the supply has had enough, nothing worked. Nothing that the narcissist can do. No love bombing, nothing. They can buy them $1 million ring and they will drop it in the ocean just like the movies. They will not care anything because when you numb and you have to wake up those emotions. And those of you who have left the narcissist and you gray rock the narcissist, but you never turned back on and you are numb, you're going to have to wake up. And how you going to wake up? I'm going to do a video on awakening after the numbness effect of the narcissist. So look up, listen for that video. Trisha said, I still have to work on building my strength back. Oh, she said, I feel drained. I have been NC for a year. Okay. She said, and I got Hoover doing your live last week. She said, doing donuts after midnight. Girl, a donut it's not worth the whole that person put in your mind, in your heart, and in your life. He can take his high calorie donut and sell on out, and you stay in C. You don't bend, you don't break. You are still in recovery. You're still trying to get your strength back. And before you get your strength back, he wants another suck of blood. No, ain't gonna happen. Listen to this. Lisa said, I moved an hour away and filed for divorce. Oh my God. And see, we're going to talk about the divorce course with a narcissist. It's crazy. Um, there is uh, what's her name? Rebecca something. I keep saying her, but she is really good when dealing with divorce. You should check her out. She tell you the court processes. She tell you the court procedures. She tell you the attitude. She tell you the environment. The girl is good. I can see why she's one of the number one divorce lawyer. Thank you, Angel. That's it. Rebecca Zong. That's her name. Please, if you're going through a divorce, check her out. You have to see her. The girl is super bad. Do you hear me? And she's telling you, she legislated, she does it. She's telling you how to do it. You can't go into court all emotionally. And the narcissist, before you get to court, going to drag you in the mud. They're going to make sure you look unfit. They're going to make sure you look like everything they're lying about you. They're going to make you look like it is a truth. So get yourself together. Go to Rebecca Zahn. Listen to her. Listen to what she has to say. She's telling you, go to my daughter, Dr. Carmen Bryant. Listen to her. She deals with divorce. She's been through it. Come on. She can talk about it. She can tell you about it. These people have answers for you. And many of you that got divorced, you noticed it wasn't a quick divorce. And they dragged you through the mud until you didn't have any more money. And then they hit you with everything they have. And those of you who kept up the money was going quick. But you know you had to work that overtime. You had to believe God because you had to keep up with that foolishness that they were doing because you refused to let them win and take your children. They don't want the kids. They just don't want you to have it. Rebecca Zong, please visit her videos and listen to what she has to say. Write down that information. Play those videos over and over and over and over and over when you in divorce court. She will help you out. Okay, and what do we have here? Lisa said, I have nothing from him. The judge will decide how to separate our finance assets. God will put it in his heart of the judge. She said, I am SSDI, no less. God knows that. Rebecca's on. Oh yeah. She's good. She's good. And that's what you want. When you dealing with the worst, you want the best. And the narcissist is the worst. Get the best. I'm one of them. Dr. Brian, one of them. Rebecca Zong is one of them. Get the best. They will lock and load your spirit, lock and load your mind. And when you fire, you become a sharp, expert shooter. You will hit that target. They will prepare you for what you're going through. And you know what? Then you won't feel shame because most of you get into court. When you hear that narcissists make you feel shame and you have shame written all over your face and you walk with your head down, put your head up, honey. Put your head up. You have never seen a peacock with their head down. You have never seen it. Get your head up. You are a beautiful peacock. Spread your glory. You went through the class of narcissism and they have taught you well because nobody can teach you how to fight, how to shield, how to grow up and how to say no like a narcissist can. And you should not be ashamed. Get up. Put your head up. And just like my girl was saying, Lisa was saying, she still feel drained. She's still fighting. And this is a year. Come on, most relationship in a year, you start to recover. With the narcissist, you still drained. That show you how terrible they are. You can't keep this relationship. That's why the only way out of their relationship and to be free is out. You can't stay in a burning house and say the fire don't burn me. Honey, you're going to be toast. And after a while, we're going to take the ashes to try to identify you because not even your bones are left. And that's the narcissist. They will swallow you up, swallow you whole, swallow you completely at some point. We have to decide to live. Enough is enough. Visit my video when the supply has had enough. I'm telling you, it will definitely help you out. Listen to this, Miss Henry. Say, ex-narc love bombed. So-called friends. I learned who my friends are. She said, I am thankful. I am 4 years NC. Yay! She said, tried to hoover me back. I let the dead bury the dead. Girl, give me your address. I'm going to send you a check and dare you to cash it. Honey, don't you cash that check. But I sure will send you one because that was good right there. That was real good right there. Let the dead bury the dead. That's what the Bible said. I believe the word. Come on here. And then Christina said, the shame of all of the flying monkeys. Christina, be careful, baby girl. I really be praying for you because ever since you told me he was back, and especially when you still in recovery after all of that, you're still recovering. Little princess, forward march. Let the soldier in you rise up. There's not a soldier in war that goes backward. Not one. No real soldier go backward. Every real soldier go forward. Even when they have to go pick up a soldier, they don't call that backward. They call that progression. They call that forward because we don't let our dead lie. Come on. When you a soldier, you got to go forward. Christina, keep marching forward, princess. Keep your head on. Keep your sharpness there. You are sharp. Keep your sharpness there. Keep your soundness there. You can do it again and again, and you will every single day because it's just you and it's all about that. You will win this. She said the shame of all the flying monkeys who were good friends. She says, like you give so much to these friends who just want you, who just wanted you to be so they can feel better that you want than you and want to see you down. Too bad, because that ain't gonna happen. Down is not our name. Up is our game. Come on. They may want to see it, but they're not going to see it. No, we're not going to break. No, we're not going to bend. Our heart was broken. Your mind was broken. Your will was broken. Your timeline was broken. Your goals was broken. And you still not down. You are up. Remember, our orders are forward march. And you got to remember that. March forward. Sometimes you got to march forward with tears. But you're still going forward. The narcissist life is a circle. They always go in a circle. How you gonna go forward going in a circle? You keep seeing the same thing. That's why they do the same thing. They do the same pattern. They're not gonna do no more with the new supply than they did with you. It's just a different face, a different personality. But they're gonna end up the final result of any narcissist relationship is they're going to discard. There's going to be a discard. That's their trump card, baby. And once they play that trump card, the game's over. You don't have anything else. You played your last card. I still got something else. I got rebuild. I got recovery. I got healing. That's another card. And you played your last. And I'm just beginning with my first. Anytime you get into recovery, you're in your first. Anytime you rebuild, you're in your first. Oh, my family, on this YouTube, you are not going down. And shame is not your game. You will not relinquish. Stay in C. And those of you who are still in it, God will give you the power to win it. He will give you the wisdom. He will give you the strategy. All you need is strategy. Strategy is powerful because it's a plan that is planned and it has all of the circumstances. You can't count what is going to happen, but a plan works when you work your plan. Work your plan. True essence. Say, yes, I move forward and never looking back. 5 years of no contact and loving myself. Ooh, girl, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's good right there. When you learn to love yourself, because the narcissists, they obsess with themselves. And now you're learning to love yourself again. Oh, you are so happy because you've been waiting for that for a long time. And you deserve every ounce of it. And you know what? Give yourself plenteous and copious amount of it. Nakia said, Miss Sadler, you do offer counseling. I do. Why don't you write me? Write me at destinyhelper12s at gmail.com. Destinyhelper12s at gmail.com. And I will give you my line, my business line, and you can call me and we can set that up and we can do it, and we're going to do it big, and we're going to do it effectively. We're going to get to roots. Yes, I do. So write me, destinyhelper12s at gmail.com. Okay. Danielle said, family, you are the best. Our support for one another helps our healing growth. It does. Danielle, you are A100. All right. Christina, I'm just irritated. She said, like, it's like I'm on a whole new walk in life and want no communication. But every time I'm like, here comes him and the friends, the flying monkeys. Oh, it's just like the devil. When it's time for you to go on, go up, go out, go wide, because the higher you go, the wider you go, the deeper you go, he don't want you to go there. Become a bomb, baby. Learn how to become a walking bomb. Learn how to become a walking weapon. You do that with the strength, building yourself, maximizing yourself, understanding yourself. Take time with yourself. You took all the time for the narcissist because the narcissists take all of your time. You can't keep a narc without giving them all of your time. That relationship doesn't work. So if you was with a narcissist for a while, I know you gave them plenty of your time. Okay, now is your time to give you the time that you gave him. And you're going to have to build yourself. You got to talk to yourself. You got to encourage yourself. You got to make announcements over yourself, how strong you are, how powerful you are, how wise you are, how you're able to bounce back, that God is able to heal your heart. All of the darkness leave. Everything that hurt you, all the trauma leave. Your brain heal. Your hormones balance. You have to talk to yourself. And you have to do it every day. Some of you 1,000 times a day. Some of y'all 30,000 times a day. Doesn't matter how often you have to do it, how long you have to do it. What matters is that you do it and you be consistency. The power of consistency is called effectiveness, and effectiveness is guaranteed results. And that's what you want. You want guaranteed results, and you're going to get that if you keep doing it. Do it big, do it consistently, and do it for yourself. Okay. Stephanie said, I felt the most shame because I had such sexual addiction to my covert narcissist. The bad boy was bad. He knew what he was doing. Of course. Of course. And more than likely, he was somatic. Oh, yeah. When they look, do you know how much supply they have and they get? When you a man that have plenty of women, you better learn some. You got enough skill, you got enough experience. You learn how to do it. They learn how to master your body so they can dominate your life. But you can't allow orgasms to be your mindset. And you wasn't just addicted to the sex, you was addicted to the narcissist. They affect you in every hormonal level. Sex was just a component of addition with the narcissist. And because you enjoyed it, that's what they use. And they use it to deprive you, and they use it to break you. So you get plenty of it to break you, and you don't get any of it to deprive you, to still break you and bring you in control. Don't feel shame, baby. That's what they do. That was their tool to use against you. The shame is not to get up. The shame It's not to go forward. Get up, go forward, do it again, do it again. Now, what you got to do, the hardest thing you're going to have to do, you're going to have to starve your passion, starve your desire. Because in order to get over an addiction, you can't keep using the product. If you keep using the product, you keep enhancing and stirring up the addiction. So you're going to have to go sexless to get over the addiction. And when you miss it, you got to reoccupy. You got to occupy yourself. Because the only time you think about sex is when you think about sex. But if you take your mind off it, your mind will transition easily to whatever you give attention to. So give attention to other things, and you will find the addiction will leave. Because the danger in that addiction is when he show up, all of the arousals in your body shows up, your passion, your sweat glands, the dilation of your eyes. They know everything. And once they see that, he moves in for the kill. And then you are going to be punished for returning. And that desire that makes them feel like a king in $1,000,000, they're going to take you to the height and leave you hanging. Because his desire is to see you suffer, to want him so bad until you'll do anything. An addiction, you would do anything. Drug addicts do anything to get that addiction. Their mama doesn't matter, the children don't matter, you starving don't matter. The addiction matter. So you have to handle that. Even without him being there, the addiction can continue until it gets out of your system. Recovery, a good therapist, a good trauma specialist, a good specialist that major in sexual addiction, and a narcissist specialist can be able to accommodate you with that. And that was Stephanie. She said, I sent you an email, Miss Sadler, but I sent it to destinyhelper12s@gmail.dud. It won't ever come to me.com. So go back and send it to destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. Okay. So we have less than 25 minutes. We have 15 minutes. Danielle, let's do 15 minutes. And I'm doing 15 minutes because at midnight I have a prayer visual that I have to attend. And so I wish I can do more time, but let's do the 15 minutes. And those of you who want to further this conversation, we can do a part 2. And then, or you can write me and I can answer your questions at destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you so much. Let's see what we have here. Elizabeth says, now he's acting like I'm the bad guy for not wanting him back. She said, and he wouldn't stop calling me names. Be like, names be a sick individual. You know why? Because narcissists hate to lose. Narcissists don't think they can lose. They got a problem with grandiosity, entitlement, pride. So they don't think they can lose. The narcissists think that anybody they want, they can have. And they don't care if they're married or not married, same sex. They don't care. If they want them, the narcissists feel like they can get them. And a lot of time, that's their game, to get what they want. At what cost? At any cost. It doesn't matter if they're married, they'll have any more mistresses than they have eyebrow lashes. Eyebrows. Come on here. Have you ever tried to count each eyebrow hair? That's how many women the narcissist can have. He can have whatever he can handle. So that's not surprising. That's not surprising. Okay. Christina said, Stephanie, it happened to me. I felt dirty afterwards. They put you in a sexual fall to keep you tied and confused. It's horrible. You end up participating of your own sexual abuse. You end up a participant of your own sexual abuse. It's horrible. It's the game called narcissist, baby. They use every part of your body. They don't leave nothing out. It's just like most people eat every part of the hog. Come on, some people even boil the toenails if they can get it. That's the narcissist. The narcissist is going to use every part of you. If your eyelash fall off that you bought, they'll pick it up and use it. They use every part of you. Then you use every part of you. You must use every part of you. You must strengthen yourself, every part of you. I thought of a song that Shaka Khan sung, I'm Every Woman. And then we had James Brown that said, it's a man's world with a woman in it. Come on now. The beauty of who you are is in the essence of knowing. What you know about you is your beauty, is your power. It is the reason you can pursue beyond any pain, beyond any torment. And I want to say to all of you, you don't have anything to be ashamed of, because how did you know and how could you know? Even when you got red flags, you didn't even recognize them. You didn't even recognize those flags. You felt this funny feeling. You knew that it wasn't right. But at the time you had the funny feeling, you was being bewitched by the mesmerizing of the narcissist. At the same time you was feeling funny about it. So the fog started then. It didn't begin when you were with them. You were fall talking to them. And you did not know, because everything seemed so perfect. And even when you got the warning, you were already caught. You were already on the hook, moving, swinging, until the curiosity caught the cat. All right, guys. I got a prayer visual that I have to do. And you know, I love being with you. I love our time together. It is beautiful when we spend time together. But I'm going to have to come to a close of this. I've enjoyed your comments so much. And I wish that I could just be there to hug every last one of you. The super empath is coming out. You hear me? Yeah, the super empath is coming out of me, because I want to hug every last one of you and love on every last one of you and look in your eyes to tell you, you are the strong one. If they ever want to see strength, they need to see you. And you say, you don't know how I'm feeling. No, you don't know how you're winning. How? Because you still here. I know people who are not. They didn't last past what you last. They went through some of the things you went through. They didn't make it. They would never walk society again. You will yarn in the morning and see the sun go up, because you are powerful, because you are mighty, because you are going to do it again. And you're going to do it big, and you will never walk down that road again. Darkness is not for you. Light is. I want you to comment at the bottom in the comment section of this video. Let me know how you've enjoyed this session with us. I love all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. It was so wonderful being with you. Oh, it was good, 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 good. And you know what? Shame went back to their court. Because it didn't belong to us, and we lay no claim to it. All of you beauties and handsomes, thank you so much. I love you with everything in me. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you that when I come on live, you show up. I really appreciate you. Christina, hang in there. Dee Dee, we are praying for you. We love you. You guys hang in there. And I want to hear your story. And we're going to tell it. And we're going to tell it big. So you all have a wonderful evening. Danielle, you are the best, the bestest, the bestest narrator. Thank you so much. Those of you who have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go and subscribe. Make sure you push that bell. Every time I come on, you will be notified. And every time I upload new content, you will be notified. And so make sure you like and share the page. People need to know about it. Let's tell them the narcissist hate reports. We are full of it. And I will see you on the next video. Danielle, girl, I love you. I'll see you on the next video. God bless.